Alright, so mini dark DPS. I think from what I've been seeing in terms of the part 2 collaboration is that a lot of people are catering to the dark element, and I do not even blame you. Had a little bit of testing on this character. I mean, to be fair, when it comes to me and my dark elements, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. My dark elements are very late overdue. I've still yet to get my Isla like readied up to where the game is at right now. My Charlotte was pretty much in the shadow realms in terms of where she was at, and Harper right now, she's up here, but she shouldn't be. I'll say that much. I haven't got anything ready for her. I had to steal off my go-to Ruji to kind of get her up going. So yeah, my dark element isn't exactly where it needs to be, but Minnie on the other hand, she is in a decent spot. Just kind of need to work on her a little bit more, but she's in a position where she's already, even with I guess not the best support from the dark element team, because I've not got them done up just yet, she's still putting in the work. I cannot deny that. Skill wise, you really want to focus on the first two skills and the ultimate. Kit wise, as per usual, focus on additional defense. I got pretty lucky, so obviously this is one of the kits that you want to run, and if you guys want to know what the alternative kits are, if you guys choose to, is you can actually go with the Iron Will kit. This is going to be huge because of course Mini does drop 2 ultimates, so that's going to be massive. And then you can go with the Obsidian, sorry, the Outstanding, is it the Outstanding? Yeah, the Outstanding, okay, there we go. Yeah, the Obsidian set, there we go. So that's the other 2 sets that you can kind of cater. So I mean, you can also put in Curse if you guys really want to, but yeah, Iron Will and Outstanding Obsidian set is also pretty solid for her. But obviously we're going to go with the team attack, team fight set, of course. And yeah, like I said, it is working absolute wonders. I got really lucky with like trying to get like a full set, but for the most part, she is working wonders. And I feel like I've seen it's a bit of a 50-50, because I've seen some people with running this set and then with the Iron Will and Obsidian set. Either set works. I just am going to be catering to this set because you're kind of ahead of the game in terms of having coverage with team fights and non-team fights. I'm just putting it straight. So there's that. Plus that basic skill damage is pretty nasty. Yeah, so this is kind of the set that I've gone with when it comes to a core. So yeah, weapons all done up. I am 2 loops off from maxing her out, and we'll get to that. I mean, technically I can, but I've got to do a little bit more summons. As you guys can see, I did go even more, but the girls are near enough there. Just need to kind of summon a little bit more, just for the sake of Yuki and Suyun, and then we can start using these bad boys, and then yeah, I think collaboration time will be done. But overall, my thoughts for this character, solid. Yeah, with where Dark Element was at, especially with myself, because my Dark Element team was in dire need of help, right? Because like I said, as I've told you guys, I'll put it like this. My Dark Element team still had level 78 gears when level 78, well, when there was no level 100 gears. That's how old, and that's how much, like, I've literally left them on the shelf to rot. It got to the point where they started picking up cobwebs. Whenever there were modes where the Dark Element had an advantage play, I would literally kick myself in the stomach. Don't know how, but you know, it would annoy me because I'm just like, damn, I've literally got nothing to do with my Dark Element, and I didn't want to invest because I knew with where the game is at, eventually we're going to get there. We're here now, so I'm extremely happy about that. I'm really just waiting on that next Dark Breaker to release. Hence why I was hoping that with the next character to be a Dark Breaker, but we know it's going to be another Dark DPS, so God knows what's going to be happening there. We're going to have to wait and find out on that one. But in terms of Isla, I need to work on her to get her cooking. But I mean, on screen you guys should be seeing, again, just kind of seeing what this mini is capable of doing with, you know, with what I could provide her in terms of with the remainder of the Dark Element team. And she was putting in work, which obviously gives me that incentive to go in to obviously get my support up, since we're going to have a dark support for a hot minute. Since Isla is still one of the better supports in the goddamn game, right? There's no need for another support to drop. She's still cooking with gas. Harper, I'm kind of 50-50 on, because again, I feel like a Dark Element breaker. I mean, it's been linked to saying that it might be after the next character, being Sanju's dad, of course, or even after the light unit after Sanju's dad, but I might put a little bit of work into Harper only because of the potential Mini is showing me. but she is going to be dropping some big numbers now going forward when it comes to dark element coverage. I'm sorry, it's just how it's going to be. Charlotte, it's been a pleasure. GG, see you later. Minnie's in town. Now it really depends on to how far she will hold her #1 spot, because again the next element is going to be another dark assassin DPS, being Sunju's dad of course, so Sonya Hon of course. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be really interesting to how it is, because I mean right now when it comes to the water element, I mean we saw Char, right? She's still kind of holding that top spot in terms of catering to that water DPS when it came to her in the collab, but yeah, we shall see. We shall see. Anyway, so yeah, overall she's dropping. I mean, oh, on top of that, yeah, I mean you guys have probably seen it on the screen, but like on Path of Destruction, I just kind of winged it just to be like, all right, let me just give her that little bit of support. Let me just see what she can do in particular. And I think she just dropped 10 mil. I'm just like, okay, yeah, let me work on my team a little bit more, and then I'll rerun the Path of Destruction. So yeah, I'm overly impressed to what she's already pushing. Just kind of more so on her own, with a little bit of push on my end through the team support, of course, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, got to get to work on that one, and then Minnie is going to be cooking with gas. Again, I could push a little bit more for her stat wise. That's exactly what I want to do. Realistically, if I can, I would much, because right now I've really catered to giving her a little bit more damage increase. So I kind of want to drop all that, and I might just go straight for crit damage and defense and just shoot for like 50k defense. So I might play about and see what we can accomplish there. But outside of all the collaboration characters, Minnie's the one that I'm going to be highly invested in. With the other two, I'll do them up quite nicely. We'll see what they are at in terms of breakage compared to the other breakers, but Minnie right now is cooking with gas. When you activate the ultimate initially, which is very quick, nearly, well yeah, kind of like an Mamma Mia type of vibe, I will say, the consistency of the skill is pretty disgusting, and that's the build up. And you would keep in mind that critical hit damage is going up, that critical hit rate's going up. I believe oh, on top of that, getting that to A3, even if the counter doesn't hit, that's a guaranteed critical hit rate. So like duping up this character, minimum A3 is what I would recommend, so that way you can make good effective use of that critical rate bonus that she can apply. And I believe it's stackable on the 5 times if I can remember correctly. I know the critical hit damage can stack up to 5 times, so that's what, 25% increase? Fantastic if you ask me. So yeah, in terms of where dark DPS is at, this is what we're looking at. Now, if you don't want to go too crazy and you just want to go for the A5, then hey, do as you please, because just bear in mind, next update, we're getting another Dark Assassin DPS. But the tricky thing is that this Minnie is exclusive, which means God knows when she's going to come back. So that's why I guess some people want to kind of obtain her. And again, that counter-attacking mechanic is also pretty freaking good if you ask me. But yeah, hand on heart, when it comes to the collaboration, out of all the hunters that have released, this is, in my opinion, prio, just because with where each of the elements are at right now, the collaboration characters are decent, but they're not kind of taken over, if that makes sense. They're up there being top tier, but they're not taken over. This is the only, in my opinion, element character that is taken over the element.